The correct answer is false because the text states that Andy Murray was regarded as a talented outsider who had not yet won major tournaments, indicating he was not expected to be the world's top player. Pay close attention to the following words. Talented outsider, which means someone with potential but not yet considered a top contender. Never won, which means he had not yet achieved a major tournament victory. Therefore, we can conclude that the expectation of Andy Murray becoming the world's top tennis player for at least 5 years before 2016 is not supported by the text. The correct answer is false because the text actually mentions a change to Andy Murray's coaching team, specifically the addition of Ivan Lendl, not a change to his rackets. Therefore, we can conclude that the text highlights a significant change in Andy Murray's coaching staff, not his equipment, as the key factor in his transformation. The correct answer is not given. The statement in the question suggests that most of the world's top players take a professional stringer on tour with them. However, the original text only mentions that touring professionals have their rackets customized to their specific needs, and that the specific rackets used by the world's elite are individually made to suit the player. It does not provide any information about whether these players take a professional stringer on tour with them. Since there is no information in the passage that confirms or denies the statement, the answer is not given. The correct answer is false, because the text states that Mike and Bob Bryan use rackets that weigh more than the average model, not less. Pay close attention to the following words. Weigh more, which means are heavier than. Therefore, we can conclude that Mike and Bob Bryan's rackets are actually heavier than most, not lighter, which contradicts the statement in question 4. The correct answer is not given. The statement in the question suggests that Werner Fischer played with a spaghetti string racket that he designed himself. However, the original text only mentions that Werner Fischer started playing with a spaghetti string racket, which generated a lot of topspin and was subsequently banned by the International Tennis Federation. The text does not specify whether Fischer designed the racket himself. Since there is no information provided about the designer of the racket, the answer is not given. The correct answer is true because the text states that the strings on professional players' rackets will continually change depending on various factors, including climatic conditions, which refers to the weather. Pay close attention to the following words: climatic conditions, which means weather or atmospheric conditions, such as temperature and humidity. Therefore, we can conclude that professional players do adjust their racket strings in response to changes in the weather, making the statement in question 6 true. The answer is true, because the original sentence states that the addition of lead weights to Pete Sampras's rackets contributed to his serving power, which is synonymous with a strong serve. In this sentence, the correct word to fill in the blank is paint. The original text states that Mike and Bob Bryan experimented with different kinds of paint, indicating that they made changes to the types of paint used on their racket frames. The correct answer is topspin, because the text states that the spaghetti-strung racket generated so much topspin that it was quickly banned by the International Tennis Federation. Pay close attention to the following words: generated, which means produced or created. The word training is correct for question 10 because it fits logically with the context of the sentence in the reading passage. The original sentence compares changes to rackets to two other factors that are important for tennis players: nutrition and training. In the question, nutrition is already mentioned, so the missing word must be something that is also essential for players, like training. Both nutrition and training are key elements in an athlete's performance, just like improvements in equipment, such as rackets. The correct answer is gut or intestines, because the text states that tennis rackets used to be strung with natural gut made from the outer layer of sheep or cow intestines. Pay close attention to the following words: natural gut, which refers to a type of string material derived from animal intestines; intestines, which means the internal organs of animals that digest food. Therefore, we can conclude that historically, tennis rackets used strings made from animal-derived materials, specifically the intestines of sheep or cows, before synthetic materials became available. The correct answer is weights, because the text states that Pete Sampras's rackets had 4 to 5 lead weights added to them, which contributed to his serving power. Pay close attention to the following words: lead weights, which means small amounts of heavy metal, lead, used to add weight to the rackets. Therefore, we can conclude that Pete Sampras's rackets were modified with the addition of metal weights to increase their mass and enhance his serving ability. The correct answer is grips, because the text directly mentions that Concalo Oliveira made a change to the grips of his rackets, specifying that he replaced them with thinner ones. Pay close attention to the following words: grips, which is the exact term used in the text to describe the part of the racket that was modified; replaced, which indicates that the original grips were removed and new ones were installed. Therefore, we can conclude that the text clearly and explicitly states that Concalo Oliveira changed the grips on his racket handles.